Which one of you here in this classroom have a grandma? Okay, great. As I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. Today I'll be talking about a family-oriented, compassionate, and strong-willed person, Dang Thi Swan, my grandmother. Growing up, she had to take care of the family, having 5 siblings living in a rural, third world country, and trying to survive colonization from Japan, France, and the U.S. in Vietnam. It was not an easy thing to do. Her father passed away, so she had to take care of certain things like tending to the water buffalo, getting fresh water, and hiking to the mountains daily to fetch wood for her family to keep warm at night. My grandma constantly puts family first. She even moved to a different city to find a job to support her mom, and my uncle. Again, not an easy thing to do with murder happening all around you. There are other qualities to my grandmother besides being family oriented. My grandma is a very compassionate person. She let my best friend Matt stay with me as long as he wanted when he had trouble at the home front. She let her friend and friend's family stay at her house when the family couldn't afford a house. My grandmother knew my mom had it rough in Vietnam because of the communists, so she worked hard, signed a lot of paperwork, and spent thousands of dollars when she could hardly afford it to get my mother to America. Last, she is very strong and has a willpower that's unmatched. Okay, so she was brought to America in 1972 by my grandfather, Edgar Swan. But my grandfather died 6 years later because of stomach cancer, leaving my grandmother who didn't know English at the time, no job, living in a society that was racist towards Vietnamese people, and leaving her to pay the recently purchased home 2 years prior to his death. From all this, my grandmother went into depression and suffered stomach ulcers because of the depression. From that, my grandmother rose from the ashes. She took on 3 jobs, paying off their home. She learned English from everyday work experiences and taking classes. She ignored all the dirty looks and the mistreatment she received. Keep in mind that at the time, there were not a lot of Asian people in the Vancouver area. So through it all, she put family first, putting her siblings, children, and mother before thinking of herself. She showed compassion for others by letting family friends stay with her and sending my mother to America. Lastly, her strong willpower drove her to do great things like paying off the house, learning English, and going through everyday racial discrimination.